I'm Charlie Nieskes. This is TCM Underground. At the 1964 World's Fair in New York City, filmmakers Ray and Charles Eames premiered Think, an experimental short film shown across 17 separate screens simultaneously, commissioned by IBM and designed to show off the latest advancements made in modern filmmaking. Meanwhile, 2,500 miles west, filmmaker Richard L. Baer got an epiphany while driving down the freeway and staring out at the lines of the road. He imagined telling a murder mystery inside the backdrop of a prestigious California hotel using two separate points of view, giving the audience a deep level of immersion they hadn't felt before. That idea would become 1973's Wicked Wicked, the first and only film to be presented in exciting duo vision. A simple concept meant to push the limits of what mere composite images had done on screen for years before. Baer wanted to use the gimmick as a way of increasing depth of storytelling, such as a detective asking where a suspect was that day shown on the left and what they were actually doing shown on the right, visually telling you if a character was trustworthy or not. His ultimate goal was to present two fully formed parallel films side by side, complementing and heightening details for each in real time, and shown by two interlocked projectors on one large screen, while also having the sound in stereo, unusual at the time, but necessary here to give audiences the perception of two different points of view. This daunting task proved to be too difficult to do for MGM, who instead compromised by squeezing both images into a single 35mm print, projecting them at a unique 2:6 to 5:1 aspect ratio, while the audio mix became a wash of both channels remixed back into mono, resulting in the right frame's volume noticeably louder than the left's. The result left audiences mixed when Wicked Wicked premiered in June of 1973, with several reviews noting that the split-screen gimmick was inherently geared more for action instead of acting, and calling the direction erratic and sloppy, criticizing the film for having far too many stereotypes and cliches. Others were more positive, such as Leon Fleming, columnist for the Lubbock Freelance Journal, who said Wicked Wicked should be seen with tongue-in-cheek, the same spirit in which it was created, and New York Times critic Roger Greenspun called it an oddly pleasant movie in which everyone is likable. Life after its theatrical run for Wicked Wicked proved especially difficult, and it fell into obscurity due in part to its massive scope being difficult to format down to the television standard. But now in the age of widescreen television, and having undergone an extensive 2-year restoration, it can now be presented to you in a new 2:4:0:1 aspect ratio, allowing a whole new generation of fans to experience dual vision for the first time. Is it really just a mediocre murder mystery with a cheap gimmick attached, or were naysayers simply not paying enough attention? Starring David Bailey, Tiffany Bowling, Randolph Roberts, Scott Brady, and Ed Kooky Burns from 1973, here's Wicked, Wicked.